Hello and welcome, everybody, to
from the
latest episode of the War of Inheritance. We left last time after a pretty dramatic cliffhanger. Having been given several opportunities to walk away from this, the party chose at each and every turn not to do so. Would you like to leave before this gets bad? No. Would you like to, in fact, make it a lot worse? Yes.
Let's not put this on the party.
I wasn't here.
Let's not put this on. No. We fully accept that fact. Let's not put this on the party. This was kind of entirely Yorg's fault.
All right. In that vein, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
We discovered in the what's the culture?
Corythian.
The Corythian boat. A number of people infected with Garlon's disease and some plague bearers in the bottom of the ship, and decided to deal with that rather than walk away.
Yes, not ideal.
Fools. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, why you don't have a paladin in your party?
What was the most important thing that happened last session, Amy?
The most important thing that happened last session was we met some Corythian students doing their dissertation, and they threw a grenade at us made out of magic.
Several times.
Yes. Also, we met some talking ogres. Talking, sentences ogres. This is unprecedented, but unfortunately, before we could engage them in discussion, some idiots threw a magical grenade at them.
This is also third time that we as a party have encountered these entities, because you encountered them once at one of the wells.
Yes,
sorry.
That's all right. So the party indeed encountered magical shenanigans. They encountered a Corythian vessel that had been beached by the great surge along the River Ellesmere, which they have prevented from happening again. But the Corythians, it turned out, were none too grateful for them turning up with a broken guard and then proceeding to attack their camp and destroy their research project.
In fairness, they didn't give a flying fuck about that guy. It was all about when I wouldn't give them the shiny thing on my waist.
That's true.
We ended... Yes, thank you very much. I have a very exciting thing happening this session as well. The way I run my games, I have players who are controlling NPCs out in the world. And one of those NPCs may feature this session, so I have that person on chat so I can talk to them as well.
Also, other exciting things.
The other, probably most exciting thing, is that we have upgraded Jacob.
I'm now Scottish.
He has grown, he has levelled up in both accent and beard.
And level on the, longitudinal lines.
That's correct, yeah. This is Murray. Everybody say hello to Murray.
Hello.
He's going to be joining us for the next 2 sessions. So we ended with Clarissa and Brittany leaning over the bow of their ship, readying wands at you guys. And then there was a sudden bright, pearlescent light. You felt like you were floating for a moment. Like all of your senses were covered by a thick blanket of cloud. You couldn't feel or taste or see or hear. And when that passed, you had been moved. You were no longer stood outside in a camp in the chilling evening air. You were, in fact, on something that was gently rocking. And as you come to and open your eyes, Neve and Yorg, you can feel that there are wooden boards below you. Mm-hmm. There are a series of metal bars swimming in and out of focus. And Yorg, you can feel that it's very cold, so you pull your head away and your skin sticks a little bit, so you know you've been there for some time. And you look, and it is dark and pretty dingy. You appear to be in a cell. Both of you are in the same cell. And there are a series of other cells stretching out in a corridor that you can see. There is some structural damage to the side of the ship, further on up the corridor, but not in the cell that you are in. Indeed, some of the cells have structural damage to them. Your head is also swimming and a little bit foggy, and you can feel the source of this. And there are a pair of little white bracelets that have been put around your wrists, and indeed around your wrists, Yorg.
Are these the things that are making us feel bad?
Probably.
I did not drink enough to feel this bad. Why
Why didn't I drink enough to feel this bad?
You look through the bars in the cell, and there's a in a neighbouring cell, and a grim green hand pushes through and grabs for you.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh no.
You are missed. It is very difficult to attack through these bars. They're not very wide. But there is a blessed of Garlon in the cell adjacent to you who is reaching for you and attempting to grab you.
Hello, old boy.
Are we both in the same cell?
You are both in the same cell.
Okay.
You do not have... You have your clothing.
Yeah.
Lancelot's axe has been taken from you. Your packs have been taken from you. Your druid supplies have been taken from you. You have your clothes and nothing else. You do not have your armor.
Yeah, that's fine.
You have been stripped of your valuables, left in your clothing, and put in a cell. In the cell on the other side adjacent to you, you can see... Would you like to describe yourself, please?
Well, I don't have to. I've got a lovely little image
please,
here.
Yeah, you can use that as
It's a
saying I look like Lord Bucks is not a valid description.
I am completely different from Lord Bucks.
But legally distinct from.
There is a Brouter who is quite skinny and tall, has a pair of large, chunky glasses that they are wearing, and has clothes that, while quite nice, could easily be mistaken for a lab coat. They have a kind of a lab coat cloak. There are an assortment of papers strewn around the cell, and this person also has a pair of white cuffs on. These cuffs, you can see, have really tiny little keyholes.
Neve, you're right.
I think so. I don't know what these are, but I don't like them.
No, they feel weird, don't they?
Volume.
They feel weird, don't they? Josh, have we had the benefit of a long rest aside from, I assume, getting any supernatural abilities back in any regard at all?
You have indeed recovered. You can gain your hit dice back. So you can go... Sure, everybody have their hit points back and your hit dice back, and you have regained all of your supernatural abilities.
Okay. So we're in full HP.
You are at full hit points.
Okay. Doing great.
Is there a piece of toilet roll somewhere?
I'll get you on the
That's
second.
fine.
And it's behind you.
Yeah, sure.
You can see this guy slouched in the cell next to you.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, don't get too close to that bugger. He really likes to rip people's arms off.
Yep.
Yeah, I know his dad.
I've seen that so many times. It's fascinating.
I know his dad. He's a jackass.
Now that's rude.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hang on, no, let me correct that. You get the faintest sensation that somebody is trying to communicate with you.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Are these fucking with you? That's interesting. Look at the thing, divine sense.
You attempt to reach out to your abilities to manipulate your paladin powers and find that you cannot do so. Please mark off the use of your divine sense.
Yep.
And nothing happens.
Boo. Oh, that's mean.
It's a good thing to test it with.
I don't think our magic works with these. Also,
Oh, no, they won't.
Yeah. Thanks. Sorry, what was your name?
I'm Horatio.
Hello, Horatio.
Hello.
What did you do to upset those two?
Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, I don't believe you, but okay.
You can believe what you like. I did nothing. I did just all the work and didn't get the glory or anything. They just came along and stole. No. Just a bit. Sorry. Getting far too angry to talk about this. Just a second. Right. Yes. Sorry, you were going to say something, weren't you? I was completely focused on something else.
That's all right. I can understand why you might get angry when these two are
That's
concerned.
nice. I haven't had a conversation in absolutely ages.
We might have to take it in turns between me and Neve because this is Neve.
Hello, Neve.
Hi.
Hi.
Uh,
What do you do?
Well, I I'm a druid.
Really?
Yes.
Like proper magic and
Yes.
hedge magic?
Yes.
Wow.
I've never seen her do anything with hedges.
That's what it's called, Jorg.
Was that a joke? Oh, right, I get you. Northern sort of humour. So, magic, eh? What did you try to do, by the way? You said your magic wasn't working. What were you trying to do?
I can... It's very difficult to describe. Sometimes I can just feel when things aren't... I can feel when things aren't right. There was a dragon. That didn't feel right. There was some dead things.
Feel? Scaly?
No, just it was a more of a. I didn't touch it. It was more of a personal. Same with dead things. They don't feel right.
Shouldn't do, really, should they?
There's a and the thing tries to come through the bars again.
Yeah, watch him. He'll get you. He'll get you.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one? There's another one, isn't there?
There were two still on the.
Are there two here that I can see?
One of them is here. It is quite dark. Make me a perception check, please.
Oh God, you were in here when the moonbeam came through.
Yeah. Didn't see much.
You should probably apologise for that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's
12, 11.
These things, they negate magic, so it's fine.
You saw the moonbeam come, and it was like an arc of white light, like an orbital laser that lanced through the side of the ship and destroyed a bunch of stuff. What did you get?
11.
11. You can see that there is a large shape, kind of like a sleeping cow in a cell. You're not sure what. Yeah, that's the kind of size it is, but it's dark. You can't.
That's
tell
what you
what
were
it
fed
is.
last night.
The ship lists a little bit.
Oh, have they actually managed to get us afloat again? How long have we been in here?
They've been here maybe a day.
Yeah, it's been about that time.
Oh
I don't know why I looked at my wrist.
It's not working.
It's not at all.
Wait, there was another. Was Iris? Iris isn't here.
Iris is not there.
Have you seen young girl?
Very shy. Has a black stone amulet, brown hair. Looks down a lot. Wears a hood up. One blue eye. I can't tell you what the other one colour is, but yeah, something like that.
What does she do?
Complain when I kill things mostly.
She's been learning magic.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm guessing that Clarissa's got a hold of her, or maybe Brittany. You see, they pretend that they're above this sort of thing, but they actually find you people really fascinating. I'm sure she's fine.
Oh, God. we need to get out of here.
Well, I don't think anybody's coming to bail us out this time, and that's typically how I get out of this situation.
And at that point, we will cut
Through the side of the ship!
we will open with Freya. Cut to Freya swinging from a gibbet. Cut back to Freya. Freya, it has been an interesting day and a night. When last we left, you had disappeared from the deck of the Fuck You Palamedes, which is the party's ship named by Chat. Thank you, Chat.
Palamedes being the god of travellers in this setting. Yeah, basically.
And you left and weren't entirely sure yourself how you did it. You stepped into a portion of shadow on the ship and you found yourself stepping out by a tree some distance away and the sword berating you.
Berating? Oh, I mean, I'm just happy that was so cool. I don't care what the sword's
It was
going
incredibly
on.
cool. It was like a... it felt amazing. It felt, I think, badass is how it felt. But you find yourself with whatever you had on you, a silvered katana in your hand, standing some distance away, with a voice in your head saying, "We have work to do, child. Come with me. I will train you."
Okay.
Exactly.
Background atmosphere.
Oh my god! You're fine, you can stay.
We must find a worthy opponent to practice on.
Okay.
Deeper into the woods. There will be something.
Okay.
Whatever you say, magical talking sword.
Try making more noise. Step on some of these sticks.
Okay.
The great sword directs you to make a lot of noise and wander through the wood.
I'll just smash the sword on the trees.
Yeah, you. Okay.
Whoa!
Okay. As soon as you start smacking the sword on the trees, it says, "Stop that! You must handle me carefully. I am a legendary weapon. The great sword Chunsui, Blade of the West.
Thinks about herself.
Okay.
And you are my protege. I will raise you to become the sword of the West. This is the compact that you have sworn.
And what do I get?
What you get is power beyond mortal ken."
Cool.
I love how easy a sell you are for this.
Fair enough.
Keep your senses sharp. You should have detected it by now. What do you do?
I'll try and look around for whatever the fuck.
Take a perception check, please.
13.
13. Okay, on a 13, you turn and can you make me a dexterity save, please? No disadvantage because you succeeded in perception.
Dun, 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 dun. 16.
16 is pretty amazing. You managed to step out the way as a dire wolf. This is a wolf that is as tall as you are, maybe a little bit taller.
It's a dire situation.
Pounces, and you manage to slip to one side.
No, don't push it.
Good.
You're in your probation.
Now, keep your defense up.
Defense. I don't know how to defend.
Okay, so the wolf turns, snarling. You can see that the bristles of its fur are thick and matted. This thing has scars all over it. It is the survivor of many a fight. It has one single large fang that comes down, and the other one you can see has been torn out, but it turns and it snarls at you.
Oh, wait. This thing's had like character design hours put into it.
Oh,
This is-
yeah.
Did you just
Spit at the dire wolf.
So,
make me an intimidation check?
Zoe, one of the actions that you can take in
6.
one of the actions that you can take in combat is a dodge action. A dodge action means that anything that attacks you in between now and when you next take a turn has disadvantage on its attacks. That would be a defensive action.
So, on a 6, you go at the dire wolf, and the dire wolf goes at you and bears way too many teeth. It's like a moment where its lips are sealed, and then suddenly there's like 50 teeth in your face, and it opens its jaws wide, and it goes to clamp down around your shoulder. Now, quickly, step to the side, step!
Okay, I'm close step.
Okay, make me, please, you are hit by the dire wolf. Please make me a reflex save.
Is that dexterity?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
You are trained in this.
9.
9 is insufficient. So you feel the sword pulling you off to one side, and again, it's like your posture is corrected. Your spine is trying to be reformed. The sword wants you to stand in a more martial stance, and it's struggling against the natural habits that you have. Yep. Oh, what weak clay I have been given to mold, the sword says, as the thing's teeth scrape against your shoulder. And it says, You will die before you master this with that attitude. This beast will destroy you unless you learn the lessons I have to give you. Gain from my wisdom, child. Turn and face the beast.
Alright, I'm doing it.
Okay. The direwolf isn't waiting for you to have this monologue, and it is pouncing at you again. It's going to attempt to bear you down to the ground. Now roll to the side.
Ooh,
much
25.
25. Okay, so the direwolf hits you.
I'm good at rolling.
And you see it coming, you take a second, and you feel the sword pull you off in a roll, and you roll down as the thing pounces over you. Strike now!
Okay.
Make me attack check.
Gonna do it. 12 to hit.
12 is not enough. So the direwolf leaps over you, and you sweep up with your blade, and
This is a great video game tutorial.
there's a minor gash along the creature, and it snarls at you again. It says, Good, it's angry. Now it will attack at full strength.
Oh God!
There is no training without risk. Would you like to... okay, so the direwolf comes lunging in with a bite at you. It misses with its first attack, and then it really hits with its... It crits you with its next attack. Interpose me, says the blade. Quick, between the teeth, now! Take me a reflex save to do this.
Loki's got 10 quid on the sword.
17.
17 is enough. Okay, so 3. You can see this thing should have dealt to you 16 points of damage. I would like you to take 8, please. As you swing the blade up and the sword takes some of the blow and you manage to direct the teeth that instead of chomping through you, slide off to the side. Now, quickly, it's distracted. There we go. Parry riposte. This is the maneuver it takes you through. Please roll me a d4 and let's see how many times this iterates. 3. Lovely. Okay. Make me a reflex save as the creature swings in again. This time it comes with a giant paw. Left, not right, left, not right. And
Sword go one way, for it go the other.
Yeah, the sword has pulled one way and you have gone, maybe this is the way to dodge. You have failed. The creature has borne you to the ground. How many hit points do you have?
23.
Yeah, okay. You have 19 less now. Good. At the time of desperation is when power is shown through.
Alright. I think the
I'm
sword
just shut up, sword. I'm going to do a flip with all my remaining strength and try and get on top of the stupid dog.
Okay. Acrobatics check, please.
Oh no!
I got a 1.
That is fabulous.
So, how does this pan out if our rogue is too dead to rescue us?
It's very unfortunate. It's really early in the session, so she can start a new character.
Yeah, this can happen. The direwolf raises its jaws, and as it comes down to bite you, you hear the sword say, "Oh, pathetic!" And you are once again spiraled and come out in the darkness near another tree. It saps my power to do this, child. You must improve. Now, let us sneak up and defeat the beast. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Okay. Oh, that was pretty good. Where's stealth gone? 27.
27.
At this point, you can insert your sword into the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, 27 is incredible. Bearing in mind that you can hide in mere shadows because you are a skulker rogue, you stalk this creature and it's going. You've injured it, it's tasted some of you, and it wants to finish you off. And it turns just at the moment that you stay out. Please make me an attack with advantage because you're attacking from hidden. So reroll the d20 if it's terrible.
It was
That hits. That really hits. How much damage did you lose? Okay.
So only use the d10 because you're using it two-handed.
12 points of damage. Lovely. You lance into the creature, and you see it raises its teeth to respond. Now, dodge. Tell me, left or right?
Left.
Okay, so roll me a reflex save.
18.
18. Yes, you are learning. Good. And as the creature comes to bite you, you spin round to the left and you scythe the katana through it and out the other side. It yelps, it turns, but it can't put any weight on one side of its body, and it collapses to the ground. You have chopped it nearly in half.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do shit like this. This is really good. Like, kudos to you, Joshua.
Thank you. Good. That is the first. 10 more, and we will call it a night.
Hang on a sec, Mr.
Charisma
Sword.
save.
Oh no. Freya doesn't do speaking.
Charisma's the one at the bottom.
Oh yes, 6.
6. No, we will not hang on. Come, and you feel your body once again slocked into martial position. And you're going, okay, this feels right now. It feels like this is the way your muscles should be supporting you.
Chat has just done a wonderful thing, which is now your next foe, 30 to 50 wild feral hogs.
Yes.
How am I supposed to deal with them with only one katana?
That's why you need more. All at once. So
You drunkenly hit on the wolf's mother at the wolf's funeral.
So, Freya, you are marched. Good. Stick with me, and you will learn. And we must focus on your defense. I know you can sneak and I know you can stab. But I will teach you to evade blows. For truly, defense wins fights. And come, now Freya, away! And you are led off into the woods. The next morning, Freya emerges from the woods. You have several scars on the side of your face. You have blood running down your arm, and indeed in the rivulets between the fingers on your hand. But the greatsword Shinsui is satisfied. Yes, child, yes. A few more months of this and you will have mastered the technique. It is slow, and with a slow student, it will be slow progress. But you are improving. I will make you a champion yet. Freya, you will become worthy of owning the greatsword Shinsui. I will be proud to be wielding.
I'm dropping the sword and I'm going to bed.
Charisma save.
5.
So good.
Yes,
So
rest. Now we rest. You fling your sword down and you're right. You have yet energy. Let us perform our kata before we sleep. First position, and you feel your body lock into a pose. Block 1, block 2, block 1, first position. And Freya's there going, I just want to sleep, and will pan out, leaving you doing this. We're back in the cells.
Nobody knows. Everlasting.
I don't have my staff with me.
You do not have your staff with you.
But Zelda.
What are these cuffs made of, as far as I can ascertain?
They're sea stone.
The sea stone. Stone.
Yeah, like a white stone.
In any way brittle or fragile?
You can break them. They could be broken.
Okay.
What do I know about sea stone?
Take me an Arcana check.
What do you know about sea stone?
You could ask.
Well, I know on a 19. I know well enough to ask the guy in the cells opposite. What do you know about sea stone?
This stuff.
Okay, well, on a 19, what does she know about sea stone?
Sea stone.
They're used against wizards. They're from my hometown. We made them in our city. They're made to actually keep wizards from using their power so we can imprison them.
Yeah, sea stone is like they're wizard handcuffs, basically. They lock down magical power.
Make you feel sick as well.
Do you need both on, or does it only work if one of them gets destroyed, will the other lose its power?
One is sufficient.
One is sufficient.
So they're doubly cautious.
Quite
rare, actually.
The metal bars on this cell, are we talking reasonably solid?
They're not very large, but they're metal bars.
Okay, I'm just going to start against the...
Cool. Make me an athletics check. No, maybe just a straight strength check with disadvantage, please. While you are in sea stone cuffs, all of your checks to do with any physical exertion are made with disadvantage.
Like one of those is an 18,
But the other
is
one?
a 4, which is an 8, so that's still pretty good.
You see, raises up his arm, and it's like, oh, it's just hard. It's like moving through treacle. These things, they feel like really heavy weights. They're not that heavy, but they make everything you do sluggish and slow.
Yeah, they'll do that.
I'm just gonna keep at it. I've done physical exertion before.
Who has the keys?
Tink.
Oh, that'll be Brittany or Clarissa. They'll probably have the keys, or one of the guards.
Are they actually? Is there actually any difference
I haven't
between the
seen
two of them, or are they identifiably different, or can we just use Brittany and or Clarissa for like either of them? Are they identifiably different in any way, or are the names interchangeable?
Well, Brittany's a bit more relaxed, I suppose, but they're both still pretty evil.
Right. Okay.
Who was the one who... There was somebody... She kept talking about an award.
I think that was Clarissa.
Oh, God, not that again. Not the Benozi reward.
Benui Prize.
Benui Prize,
Yeah.
That was Clarissa. She won it twice in a row. Only 3 wizards have ever done that.
What is it?
Such a bitch.
What is it?
Oh, it's just, we don't know.
No.
Well, you know, us Brouters, we held a competition every year. It's sort of like in Corinth, yeah. It's a sort of like a games. We have a great big wizard competition, and whoever wins it wins the Benozi Prize.
Must be nice to have time to fuck around with this when you're not constantly fighting for your survival on the border, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Says the wizard. Sure, that sounds like a you problem. Freya, you awaken, and
Have I had a rest?
you have had a
Thank
rest. You can, yeah,
Not on 4 hit points.
you've had a rest. You can recover your. Yeah, you can recover your hit points. That's fine.
Freya, much like in fact Zoe, just slept for 16 hours.
I'm good at sleeping. It's a good life skill.
Very nice.
I'm terrible at sleeping.
You are awoken by a dwarf shaking you on the shoulder. Attack!
What?
No.
Make me a charisma save,
Oh my
please.
God.
Seriously?
Don't kill the dwarves!
12.
12 is okay. On a 12, you managed to prevent yourself from attacking the dwarf who was shaking you awake. Are you all right, man?
Yes.
You went
Yeah,
all
I'm okay.
crazy and attacked people, and then you disappeared, and nobody's come back. And we went looking, and we found you.
Oh, they haven't come back.
No, I suspect they may be in some form of trouble, but we ain't exactly the type to deal with that.
Do you know which way they went?
They went to see the Corinthian ship.
Do you want to come too?
I do not.
Are they on the water?
If they've got it fixed up, pretty big hole in the side of their boat.
Alright. Are you okay to stay here? I'll go have a look.
I'm going back to the boat. I found you. I done my job.
Are you okay to stay, keep the boat where it is?
We were thinking about heading on. How long are you gonna be?
Less than a day.
All right, you got till sunset today. In fact, you got till sunrise tomorrow. Then we're pushing off.
Alright.
All right. Best of luck.
Oh, which way was the camp? Wherever.
Just east downriver.
Alright.
East. Make me a survival check. DC is only 5.
20.
A natural, or
No,
just okay.
Not
20.
only do you know which way east is,
You are
You know
pretty
your
sure,
GPS
you know where the
coordinates.
Corinthian ship is. It is visible
Okay.
from your boat.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's it there. Okay.
In fact, we're waving at you.
so you wander back.
yeah, waving.
You look terrible.
Yeah.
You know, you look absolutely knackered. But you look back down the side of the river and you see, you can see off in the distance there's a camp and a large boat.
Is the boat on the water?
It is on the water, but it's not departed. There's a gangplank up to it.
Okay. And on our boat, does
Yes.
it have like a wheel? So can one person steer it? Or would you need cooperation to steer
There is a rudder and a wheel on your boat. It does require cooperation to steer it. What is your plan?
Josh has learned to ask these things cautiously.
I'm a buccaneer.
Okay. Yes. Fine. I kind of have lots of problems with this, but that's fine. No
If
worries.
you've got problems, I can go.
No. Go.
Alright. Well, I mean, I've got to convince the dwarfs to be up for it anyway, so I shall head back to the boat.
Okay, you get to the boat. Are we heading off? We're abandoning them? That doesn't seem very sporting.
Well, I was thinking we could go rescue them.
Right, I thought that was what you were going to do.
Well, I need the boat.
Why?
Because they are on a boat. And if I just walk up to them, they could just sail away.
What?
You don't really need to
Ain't
do...
you sneaky?
You don't need to do anything dangerous, you just need to help me steer it.
We will sail the boat past.
Can I use the wheel? Puts on captain's hat.
Make me
Buccaneer.
a persuasion check.
8.
You may not. You can watch.
Alright, well, we just need to be close enough for me to be able to get on the boat. And then you can sail off. That's fine.
It's a lot bigger than our boat.
That's fine.
All right.
There's holes in the side. It's all good.
There are holes in the
Holes
side.
in the side.
Sure.
There have been holes blasted in the side.
Yep. You're going for one of them holes in the side.
Mhm.
All right. Sure. We'll moor up a little bit of the way downriver, and like I said, we'll wait for you.
Okay.
But tomorrow morning we're off.
All right.
All right.
Tomorrow morning.
Let's go.
That's okay now that musical score has kicked in, gotta say.
The Pirates of the Caribbean music kicks in as your boat unmoors and begins to make its way downriver and past the Caribbean
Similar,
vessel.
but legally distinct from
The
Pirates of the
river
Caribbean.
is wide enough that your ship is able to go straight past the Caribbean boat. You're only going to have one shot at this, and as you can see a little hole has been broken into the side of the boat.
Grappling hooks.
You do have.
If it's not too far, I'm just going to try and jump. If it's a bit too far, I'll try and grapple.
Chat, you are on form today. I love how the dwarf's plan is transparently let the noble kill herself and then just fuck off.
Not wrong.
No one never expects a one-woman boarding action.
Buccaneer being used as a verb is in fact one that I think possibly my favourite thing from Barrett.
Let's go buccaneer this ship. Okay, please make me
You know what? Saying that,
an acrobatics check.
having watched what happened.
Oh god.
Yes, but you-
Oh,
12.
12.
12.
12
Oh my
is still
God.
not bad.
You're
Like
good at
12 on a
this.
4
Yeah.
is really disconcertingly good.
Did either of you two hear a thunk on the side of the ship?
You are currently okay. So Freya, you took a running leap, and mid-air there was a gust of wind as you felt yourself flying out over towards the boat. Your hands outstretched, your katana slung on your belt, your weapons, your gear, your bag, all there flying in the wind. Time seemed to slow
it's,
down.
It's just me and my katana.
It's just you and your katana and nothing else. Well, you must have your thieves' tools and bits like that on you.
It's not room. I'm jumping onto a different ship. I don't have room for that. It's just
You don't.
me-
You're
me
not
and
bringing your thieves' tools with you.
No.
Please bring it.
Please bring the thieves.
Cool.
Oh, I can bring some lockpicks.
No. That's fine. On a 12, you make the leap, but you are only able to do it because the ship has to give the Caribbean vessel a wide berth. It's quite a large ship, and so you realise you're going to have to leave your bag and most of your stuff. You've left with just you and your katana, which is why you were able to make this leap. Having arrived with nothing else, this is great. So you come running and you leap onto the ship and roll with a cartwheel, standing up. And it is dark in here, and you almost rolled into a cell, and yeah, you're stood in a hallway filled with cells.
Friend of yours?
Has our rogue just posted through the letter?
There is a ka-chung, and a hand comes out to try and grab you from one of the cells. Take me a reflex save.
Oh, well, there again. That's between.
That's close.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. You easily step to one side and slice it off. You hear the sword say.
Yeah, I'll slice it.
That in a single motion, as this thing pulls both of its arms out, you take a step back and with an Aijutsu strike, you and you don't know where that came from. That was the sword, not you. You swung out in a single arc, drawing your blade at the same time, took both the creature's arms off at the elbows. They fall to the floor, the creature screams and backs away. You flick the blood off your blade and sheathe it again and go.
Glasses!
Oh, that's going to be a problem. We're going to need to.
Oh, that's gonna say
We're going to need to look at you later because that's.
Freya?
Yeah, Neve.
There is a.
You just mutilated Mungo!
I've never been this happy to see you.
Freya,
Come
do you
on,
still
you-
have the sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you not see that thing where
It's
she?
well cool, isn't it?
How are you feeling, Freya?
I'm pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All this blood, I don't feel it.
Freya
yesterday.
looks a right state. Okay? She looks like she's been up all night fighting bears.
How is Sunsui?
What?
The sword.
The sword? A bit annoying, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're working it out.
Take a point
Get
of
us
psychic
out!
damage.
Oh.
Could you get us out of here, please?
The sun doors have quite thick locks on them.
But half-pin barrel hinges.
And what are they made of?
Metal.
What kind of metal? Is it metal that I could cut through, or is it metal that no? it's just going to bonk off of.
Most
Can I still use
weapons
my conduit?
could not. Sorry?
Can I still use my conduit?
You're constructing. You cannot while these are on, is the answer. If they could be removed somehow. Could you cut through?
Horatio.
Maybe. It might break your sword.
This is Freya.
Hi, Freya.
Freya, this is Horatio.
There is a nerdy-looking browser with thick glasses who is currently sat there. The door is going, and I will not take a break. We'll just keep going. It's fine.
Yeah, we could go. We could go. It's okay.
Yes, could you get us out of here, please?
Okay.
Can I use mend on my own?
I don't have my lockpicks.
Not on your hands. No.
Cut them off.
Can I reach them?
Can you reach?
Yeah.
Yeah, their bars are. They can come right up to the edge of the bars.
Okay.
There's
Can I
still
try and
a
get
large
them?
noise coming. There's a lot of screaming and a lot of blood pouring out from this thing over
Yeah,
here.
don't touch the blood.
You just got it on your face.
That's just the glasses.
Yeah, about that. What are the chances of you cutting my hands off?
Reasonable.
at least you're honest.
I've heard worse odds.
I mean,
can
we have
see where
some
this-
healing magic here.
This thinking is going.
Yeah, cutting my hands off. That's not right.
Okay.
Can you please make me a Constitution save, Horatio?
Try 8.
Plus your saves are up here. Saves are so 10 in total.
10.
Thank you. That's good to
I
know.
mean, okay, who has the keys? Who has the keys?
Don't. Heading out by yourself is a bad idea.
Yeah, they got all the magic.
Clarissa or Brittany.
You hear steps.
Oh, hide. I'm hiding.
Yeah, it's dark.
That was quick.
You step in right down the back of the corridor, and you step into the shadows. Take me a. Oh no!
Oh,
you can
am
roll-
I not in a cell? Am I actually in the corridor?
You're in the corridor.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. I thought I was in a cell.
No. You're in the corridor.
To be honest, at this point, you could actually hide behind the bars. That's how good you are. But
No, in the darkness, you go and stand at the back, and you've hidden. I'll get you to roll that when it becomes relevant. We'll see how well you did. Down the steps comes a Carithian sailor in quite nice clothing for a Carithian sailor. Comes down and says, "What's going on? What's all that noise?
Nothing, Tell.
What? No. What on earth has happened to the creature?"
it broke.
Yeah. They fall to bits. They're practically dead.
Can I have
you
a
know,
bucket,
it's Tell.
please? Because I've been holding a bladder full for like the last 12 hours, and it's either you get me a bucket or I'm pissing on the floor.
Yeah. All right.
Buckets were options?
It does explain your current state, but
Okay. What did you call this guy?
Tell.
Tell. Okay. Tell runs up, comes back down with a bucket.
Myself.
Oh wait, while he runs up,
Yeah.
does he have keys?
Ooh. I don't know. I've never asked him.
Freya, don't kill him if you can avoid it.
You know that Tell does have keys. He's
I've
gonna
seen
have them.
them.
Yeah.
I've seen him, so yeah.
Because
You're
these are
sneaky.
just people, alright?
Sneaky person. I've forgotten your name, sorry. Freya, nick the keys off of her pocket. Captain Freya. I'm not going to use that. Captain Freya.
I'm not going to use that.
She's got more boat than we have. I'm going to put it out there. We don't own this. We're in prison. She actually has a boat.
I know I have been in here for weeks.
So call her a fucking captain and suck it up.
Captain Freya, would you please go and steal the keys?
Volume, which have to be a bit
Steal
louder.
the keys off us down.
Stage whisper. Stage
Look,
whisper.
Tell comes
I'm
back.
sneaking up on him.
Tell comes down. He's got a bucket in one hand and a mop in the other. And he
Hey,
says,
you don't need that for me. You need the mob for that.
he says,
The
all right,
mop's for me.
guys, can you just? That is so gross. Shut up. Okay, I'm going to get Brittany down here. She'll come deal with that. But for now,
And I'm not stabbing him, but he's got a sword at his throat.
Oh,
Provided
Tell.
I manage to get close to him before he knows.
maybe a stealth check.
Yeah, you do.
Do you get better than a natural 1?
Yeah, I got more than 20.
Of course, fine. It wasn't me.
Okay, so
Keys?
Make me, please, a intimidation check.
What? No.
with advantage? Sword?
Yeah, you can have an advantage. That's fine.
Oh.
12. It's important, otherwise he's just going to shout for help.
19.
Okay. He goes, He's got a mop in one hand and a bucket in the other. My back pocket.
Oh, that old trick.
Hey, turn around, put your back up against the cell. Turn around nice and slow.
We're not going to hurt you.
Don't tell him that.
Hey, you remember me from outside, right? I went out of my way not to hurt anybody.
Tal, at this point,
Yeah.
he swings the mop. Hang on. He swings the mop to try and knock the blade away, and the blade goes through the mop. And he goes, at which point he drops the bucket, drops the mop, and comes and stands with his back against the
Get the keys.
cell doors. You reach in. The keys are very long and very thin, but
Do they look like they do these?
they do not do those.
Okay. Can I get them in? I assume it's front loading only for the.
That's correct.
Can I open the door?
Not from where you are. You can't get your arms all the way through the bars to the angle you need to.
Hey Freya, can I grab a knife from you?
You could.
Right.
You're in a bit of a pickle though, aren't you?
Please just get out of these cells. I stink.
Oh.
The keys for the cuffs.
No, they're for the outside.
You owe me one.
Okay,
yes.
where is the blade right now? Okay, you are interacting there. Tell is running, and he says he starts to shout.
So can I kill him?
Okay,
I'm going to toss you the keys. Open the door.
Opening door.
okay. He's running, going help, help, and he's off.
Fucking tail.
He has turned tail and run. You have opened the doors to the cells.
We need to get these things off.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, because we can't use magic.
Slice them.
Can we slice them safely?
Safely.
No. You bring the sword close to the thing, and Shunsui says, "Do not touch that material with me."
I won't.
We get you.
Should somebody probably stop Tell? He's a.
Take
He
a
tells
point
already
of psychic damage.
we get you out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Where's the boat?
Well, there's a
breezy
hole
out here.
there that we can go out of, or we can continue this little misadventure that you're having.
I'm not leaving without Lancelot's axe.
I'm not
And
leaving
Iris.
bloody revenge.
And Iris. Yes, that should have definitely been my first thought.
Okay, I'm going to try and...
I'm not leaving without my sweet magic swag. What about the teenager we've taken with us? Sure, fine, I guess.
I am going to try and get up the stairs and hidden before anyone can respond.
Okay, that's going to be an opposed initiative check. Because Tal has run off, sounding the alarm.
18. No, not 18.
18? What?
Not 18. 15.
15 is not enough. Okay, you come running up the stairs and into 4 guards who are running down the stairs. And it is initiative. Can everybody roll initiative, please?
I did that all.
Oh no, we did it already. Yeah,
Oh, you've already pre-rolled. Amazing.
Yeah, I've done mine.
You guys are legends. All right, so
So this gentleman here, do you know how this works? So it's plus your dexterity plus that dice. So it's
Sweet.
19 plus 1 is 20.
20.
and so 20, which is exactly what you do, so that's fine. Oh, that's nice. That's good. All right, so first person to act is Horatio. You're up.
Hi guys. Got out. Just stretching the legs.
You can see down the dark set of corridors, there's a hole breached in the side of the boat that you could go out of. You can go back up the corridor, but it is a dead end up that way. Or there's the stairs up to the next level, which are currently have 4 guards running down them.
I'm gonna run it.
Where are you running?
I'm running up the stairs.
Sweet. Okay, you run up the stairs and you just about make pace with Freya, who had taken the lead, and you see 4 guards coming down towards you. You recognise them, you know them, all by name. They say, "Stop! How are you out of the cells? Get back in the cells!" And they stop drawing swords.
I shout, "Oh, the zombies have escaped."
Yeah, that's great. Okay, persuasion check. Deception, in fact. That's a really excellent... Maybe a deception check?
So roll your d20 plus your
You have to roll.
He rolled a nat 20, so it doesn't back.
Okay, so a nat 20 and that'll really do it. The zombies escape.
19 to 20, you're rolling hard.
Okay, no time.
No time.
The four of them
Quickly.
charge down because the zombies are more important than whoever the hell you guys are.
As the last one goes past, I'm going to attempt to disarm.
Make me a. He's drawing his sword. You're going to take the sword that he is drawing from his hand.
Yeah, just knock it out or something.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Natural 20, yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, he goes running, and on a natural 20, you kind of tap him on the shoulder as he runs past, and say, "No, nothing. I'm sorry." And he goes, and you have his sword when he looks back.
Oh, Gary's gonna die.
They come running down. You two, you were heading out the cells. 4 guys come running past you to go look at the zombie cells.
Great, I'm gonna run.
I'm going to run up the stairs.
Yes.
You run up the stairs. Okay, cool. You run up the
This has
stairs.
gone a bit Benny Hill very quickly. It's fine.
Leaving those 4 there down there. They see the blood. They see the zombie. And
Is there a door
Can we lock
at
them
the top
in?
of the stairs?
is there a door at the top? Says there is. Yes.
Okay, I shut the door.
Okay, you all go through the door. You shut the door.
Is there anything heavy?
Yeah, can we barricade
You've
this
got the
door?
keys.
We've got the keys.
You've got the keys.
I'll lock the door.
There we go.
Okay, you lock the door, and there is a large wooden chest that you can see that you
Just drag it in front of
drag in front of the door, and you hear
Ooh, a
very
chest.
quickly a oh doo, 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 from the inside.
Great, lovely. We need to find a way to get
We need
these
the
off.
keys. They are probably in
The chest?
Okay, the two
be in
Can
their
I look
cabin.
in the
Brittany
chest,
and
please?
Clarissa's
the two
cabin.
mages, just put them down as quickly as you can because they will fuck us.
What do they look like?
Brief description of Brittany and Clarissa. They will fuck us if they get magic off.
Brittany and Clarissa look. They are Browter. They are clearly noble. They are kind of beautiful teen valley girls.
With
they,
the accent to match.
with like they clearly spend way too much time on their hair and makeup. I say way too much. That's not true. It's important to them. They are aesthetes and they like to look beautiful, and they have magic to pull it off.
Right, where would they store our
Can I
stuff?
hear anything
It'll be in
else
their cabin.
going on?
Can you hear anything else?
Anything going on anywhere else in the ship other than behind that door?
Perception check, and yes, you can. Quite a lot.
Yeah, you
when
can.
No, no,
We are so
20.
fucked when we get to combat. We're getting all of our good rolls out of the way
That's
now.
22.
22. Yeah, you can hear that there's quite a lot of movement. There's a lot of people on the ship, and you can hear mostly the sound of kind of hammering and a bit of sawing. Repair work is being done on the ship still.
Okay.
Okay, does it sound like the alarm is still being raised, or does it sound like that was it?
And other query, was one of the guards who went past the guy who ran?
No, Tell was not.
Right,
Tell was
shit.
not there.
That's a separate.
Shit, we need to find Tal.
You can hear. He's not shouting anymore. He found some guards and sent them down, but he is not there immediately. He's gone somewhere.
Do you know where their
Cabins.
chambers would be?
Oh yeah.
Right, go on.
We need
lead
to go.
on.
We need to go.
Lead on.
All right, I'll lead on.
You lead on. Okay. Who is the worst at stealth here, please?
Probably me.
Can you please roll me a stealth check for the
Yeah,
group?
sure. Ooh, that's a 12.
12 is really not bad.
For me, it's it's better because I'm not at disadvantage because I'm not in my armor.
Okay. On a 12, Freya, you Horatio takes the lead, but you make sure that everybody is moving as a unit, keeping them together. It's quite hard because you have a clumsy paladin and a bumbling scholar, and Neve's doing all right. 'cause
Still
he's
more.
pretty sneaky.
Still has more hand-eye coordination than I do.
And so between you all, you manage to get as a group up onto the deck where the mage's quarters are. This ship is strange as you go through. It's really big, and it's been custom built for this. It doesn't follow standard ship designs. It is lushly appointed because when your construction materials are magic, it can kind of look how you want. And you can see that
Is this trashy or is it like really nicely put together?
It's because it was made by Clarissa and Brittany. It's very nicely put together.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also trash.
They were basically funding the project that we were on.
It's pretty nice.
And
And-
castle, for God's sake.
And you get up and
Is
you
it
can see
castle?
Yeah, they're both castles.
you can see there is Clarissa's room.
It's like a noble name rather than anything else. It's
There
not
is Clarissa's
family.
room, there is Brittany's room, and then there is like their lab/workshop.
It used to be my room.
It did. It's really big, and because this is in theory your project, like it was the biggest room.
So it's probably going to be in the lab, yeah?
What,
the
stuff?
Yeah.
Nah, the keys and all that will probably be in their room, which you won't be able to get into.
Why?
Oh, they're all alarmed. Only wizards can enter.
Well, go in there. Didn't I think of that?
Why, I'm not a castle yet.
Hey, do you want to stay here or do you want to come with us when we leave? Ooh.
I can't stay here.
Okay, then you're coming with us. Okay, that's fine.
Get the keys.
Okay,
go get the
I'll go and
keys.
get the keys. Getting the keys going. I'm gonna go into their room.
Okay.
Which one, Clarissa or Brittany?
Probably gonna be
Who's the
Clarissa's.
alpha?
It's Chris the alpha.
Yeah.
The alpha bitch.
I'll sneak up to the door and have a little listen, make sure there's nobody in there.
Okay. You go and sneak up to the door. Can you all take me perception checks, actually, please?
Nat 20.
7, fine.
Nat 20, what did you get?
17.
16, 10. Okay. So, Horatio, you. Alright, I'll get this in a second. York.
Yeah.
You put an ear to Clarissa's room, and you're pretty sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Actually, 13, sorry.
Ditto for Brittany's room, you're pretty sure. Neve, you put your ear to the laboratory, and you hear a strange humming and some voices you can't quite make out through a really thick door, and then a high-pitched and plaintive scream. It sounds like extreme pain, and you are fairly certain it came from Iris.
Oh, fuck.
And that is where we're going to take a quick break.
See, Jacob, this is what happens when you don't turn up for sessions.
You don't get saving throws.
Oh, jeez.
It's D&D, wrist screw back. Right, thank you very much, everybody. We were going to take a 10-minute break, and we will come right back.
Okay, wrist screw back.
Come to the game.
Oh, that's fun.
Could you use mend to put a hand back onto a
No,
freshly
that's
severed
not how
arm?
men
No,
work.
you cannot.
It's literally what the regeneration spell is for. The regeneration spell is a 7th level spell for a very good reason.
It's really cool. No, mending's really good. For my money, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I think mending's one of the best cantrips in the entire game because it's hedge magic. Because if I could pick one cantrip that I had in real life, I mean, Mage Hand's pretty amazing.
Mending is great.
But mending's so good, you never need to buy new clothes. Like you go, oh, my clothes have got a hole in them or got whatever. No, they're fixed. They're fine. It's minor, tiny repairs, and you need to do minor, tiny repairs to your stuff all the time in real life. So it's just super useful, constantly good. Yes, I will fight you, says Lo-Fi. Yeah, Mage Hand, fine. Mage Hand's pretty good. It's not for the. I mean, Mage Hand's pretty good in the game, but when you think about how much utility you get from mending, it's just amazing. Right.
How much utility you get from any of this?
I will be back in briefly.
I need water.
Yes. Josh,
Yes.
show Murray where he can get water.
I will show everyone where you can get water. Freya, if you'd like to speak with Neve and make a plan about what exactly you're going to do for the second half of this session.
I mean,
So,
I think in character,
yeah.
if Freya has just heard Iris scream, Freya is bawling through that door. Like,
Right?
instantly.
Like, so is Neve.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not the right choice. I know it's not the right
I
choice.
mean, we'll have that element of surprise. They don't know we're coming if they're not listening to stuff.
Oh, hello, Sykes Mackenzie. You're welcome. Don't worry.
Freunde.
Hello. What have you missed? You're.
Freya has rescued everybody.
Yeah, Freya has rescued everybody like a badass. with
And
her
killed
new
100
haunted sword.
direwolves.
Yeah.
And assaulted
100.
bears.
100
It was
direwolves.
at least 500. It was
30
1,000.
to 50, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
under a minute.
In under.
30 to 50 direballs before sunrise with only a katana.
Yes, Freya had the world's most horrible training montage. Yes, Jorg and Neve and Iris have been kidnapped by the Magical Valley Girls, Clarissa and Brittany, who came from Corinth and have been doing weird science reconnaissance with zombies. We met our guest star, Murray, who is playing Horatio, who is a Carithian scientist who's gotten on the wrong side of these two, and they've locked him up. And yeah, Freya got into the boat, fucked up a zombie, rescued us, diverted the guards.
Flawless rescue. They're
It
already
really
rescued.
was.
They're already rescued, to be honest, but they just want to bum about in the rest of the boat.
Well, we all are magic users, and we all have magic dampeners.
I don't
like
mind
special...
you all wearing restraints. That's fine.
So we're
Back
trying
in
to
your
find.
place.
Ooh. Yes, of course.
Peasantry.
Why not make your fighting force less effective? That makes perfect sense, of course. So yes, we are currently outside the chambers of Brittany and Clarissa, and we have just heard from their lab, which used to be Horatio's bedroom, the sound of Iris screaming. So really, the only choice is to go in and rescue Iris. But I know it's not the right choice because I still have my handcuff dampeners on.
You can go in and punch them up.
I can. But
I
the
mean,
thing
wait,
is,
if you... No, they protected from Moonbeam. You're
oh my
safe
gosh,
from the
I
magic.
could go and
Just go beat the shit out of them physically.
Oh,
they can't
man.
do anything while you've
Yeah,
got
you
them.
know what? They really won't be able to do anything when they've got a stone bracelet in their face that's also
Do it. I
cancelling
think
their
that'll actually
magic.
work.
Oh my gosh, this is a great choice.
Yeah.
I have anti-magic fists at the moment. Okay,
I bet
that's
Josh didn't think of that.
no.
Josh is going to be like, what the hell?
Oh, no.
My
Oh,
mages can't do
I
anything.
knew I was going to get that.
What?
Somebody in the comments, I can't imagine Murray as anything other than Rincewind now. I knew I was going to get.
You're strained between Scots and RP at the moment.
Yeah, I know,
which
it keeps
is fun.
on going slipping in between. When I get angry, I'll go Scottish.
I love it. I love it. Ah, the rage. Yeah, the rage barbarian turns Scots. Enjoy your poor tactical choices, says Lily. There were some really good comments earlier. I'm going to go back up to the top because we had some really good ones. Yes. Has Jacob taken a level in Lumberjack? Eat bracelet.
I was contemplating lowering my hand.
Oh, don't worry, you've been locked up with a weed. I'll give you 10, 20 minutes tops before you're out. Which racial type has a Scottish accent? Yes. To which someone replied, Scots, I believe. Yes, I still love the ship's name. Freya sighed as she sheathed her katana.
I showed a lot of restraint there.
You don't need to slice
I
through the
didn't
cuff,
kill
just through one
anybody
wrist
yet.
each.
Yes. Seduce direwolf. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Seduce style.
Steal
I
the
don't
ship.
actually have that good charisma.
And what's all this now? If you're still there, your comments are just on point. These are great. Tell the wolf it peaked in high school. Oh. And we've got, this is the magical sword equivalent of that LARP fighting manual you got.
That fight was very well choreographed.
It was very well choreographed.
I
Yeah.
just couldn't keep up. And neither could Freya. Freya was just like, what the fuck's happening? Okay.
Zoe,
want
you're
to get
enough
off
of a weeb
Freya's
to get
wild
it if I
ride.
say your sword is possessed by this. Let's have a look.
Oh,
What is that? No.
I have no idea.
No, clearly not enough of a weeb.
My shampoo.
Coron, Old Ghoul by Ranmar,
I clearly need to watch
3,000-year-old
even
ghoul
more
by
anime.
Genmar, Great Grandmother by Shampoo. Residence Cat Cafe. Occupation martial artist, restaurant owner.
Almost Freya.
Corone is the leader of the Chinese Amazons and the great grandmother of shampoo. I have no idea what this is. Oh, maybe it's not that. Wait a second. Does this picture mean anything?
I don't know.
No. Clearly not.
Oh, well, Freya has hella scars now as well.
She does. That's
I'm
true. We're all
liking it.
getting pretty scarred up.
I mean, Freya is going at full speed to try and rescue Tyndall, but maybe Freya's going to be a different person.
I love the comments about the Wizarding Cup for the Benui Prize. It's a Wizarding Cup. You have to find your way through a maze of dangerous monsters. We send children into it. Your sleeping skills are subpar. You will practice until you improve. Left eye closed. Right eye closed. Again.
I don't need any practice. I need practice getting out of bed. I think this order would actually be
Yeah,
quite
like that'd be a
motivational in the
really
morning.
good alarm clock.
Be like,
What's all this now says here for the cowboy dwarf. He's got his beans and a bolo tie. Liquid Lulu has said, come for the cowboy dwarf, stay for the murder sword.
the dwarves weren't very cooperative. I was really hoping that I was just going to be able to ram the boat.
I
into
like how
other
the
boat.
entirety of Freya's plan is I'm a buccaneer.
I was even wrong. It's swashbuckler, though, isn't it? I don't. Is
You
there
can't
difference
attack a
in
boat
meaning?
without another boat. That's the rule.
It's basic boating.
Basic boating 101, right?
Oh no, a common sailor.
Freya, we're all very concerned. You're looking disturbingly competent. You're looking kind of murdery there, Freya.
I didn't murder no one.
Oh, that must have been when the doorbell was ringing. The direwolf's mother is at the door. She is wearing her nice dress. Yes, I can't imagine Murray is anything other than Rincewind. Who's Rincewind?
It's the main wizard from the Terry Pratchett universe.
Oh.
Colour of magic and all. He's the most useless wizard.
And buckets were options as episode title.
When did you see that? Episode title: Freya
That was
saves
from
everybody.
Jacob.
Freya saves everybody and doesn't do anything stupid for the whole episode. So far, for half an episode, Freya hasn't done anything stupid for half an episode, except
Steal the ship. Just saying. You know it's magic powered.
Yeah, but it's full of
I-
it's full of people.
magic is
And
weird.
half. it's-
Well, we need more
leaky.
crew. We need
Yeah.
more crew.
You need a crew of wizards to run the bloody thing.
We've got a friendly wizard who can pretend to be captain while I'm the real captain. After we've beaten up Brittany and other Britons.
Somebody's going, Amy, are you trying to tell me you haven't read the Discworld books?
No.
Good God.
I know. I've got so much to look forward to. I've read Mort and Small Gods. And I've read Good Omens. I know that doesn't count.
Still good.
But yeah, I think other than that,
And he suplexes the mage through the floor.
Hey.
We actually have a master plan
Oh,
that
I'm
you're
so
really
excited.
not going to like.
When has anybody ever liked...
Alright, here we go. And we're back, everybody. My players apparently have a master plan. I haven't been privy to this, so let's see, let's see how it goes.
Freya and Neve smash through the door.
Oh, God.
we're going to smash through the lab door.
We are all going to die.
Which one of you has a higher athletics check, please? A higher strength score, sorry.
So I'm plus 0.
Strength, -2.
Great. So you are using the help action, Freya.
Okay.
And can you please roll me a straight strength check with advantage,
Straight
please?
strength check.
With advantage,
With advantage.
Just don't roll it.
Yeah! Nat 20!
Here we go.
The flying splinters knock both Clarissa and Brittany out, and we win. Yay!
Well, that definitely should not have happened. Right, okay, Jesus.
We are protected against their magic.
No,
No, says Horatio.
that's not how they work.
What? And
Protected you from Moonbeam.
it did not, in fact.
Oh.
Moonbeam did not hit the room that Horatio was
I
in.
just saw it.
Oh, oops.
Oops. Never mind. Anyway, door smash through.
Well, I was like, oh, well, they may not even break through the door. This will be fine. The door crumples around the hinges as both of you time your blows perfectly and collapses inwards. It falls down Wow, yeah, okay, so there's quite a large chamber on the other side. You two are riding a falling door down, and you hear a groan as the door collapses onto somebody. You feel a squish and it goes onto it. And you two go down onto somebody. Standing up, you guys can see through the door that Brittany is standing. Brittany has dark hair, Clarissa has blonde hair. Is the easy identifier. But Brittany is standing there. She's got a wand over the prone, and she's on a table. It's a nice table. It's the kind of table that you put maps over and have sherry and port. But at this point, it has Iris the sorceress strapped to it, and has a wand that is halfway towards poking Iris again. And she looks with shock and confusion, and it's initiative. Oh my god!
Do we want to reroll this?
We'll use this. That's fine. I just need to roll initiative for my guys. You guys suck. Iris is incapacitated for this combat.
Yes.
Right. First up is Horatio. You are first to respond.
Quickly punch her in the face. You're stronger than me.
Get the key.
Right, bursting into
Okay, so
the door.
you have to clamber over. I'll draw this out. Right. Well, we're here.
Let's use this distraction to go and get the keys.
Okay.
Well,
so there is
where
where is
in the
my
face with my
pens?
wristlets.
There is a large, quite well-appointed room filled with. There are several bookcases in this room. They all have tomes and texts on them. There are charts and maps and implements. There's a couple of whiteboards that have been, chalkboards that have been set up with highbrow runes all over them. You are instantly fascinated by this.
Ooh.
This looks like a really interesting equation that they're trying to solve. But
Make a fortitude save. No.
but more immediately, you can see.
Is our gear here?
Hang on. More immediately, you can see this is the entrance to the room. The doors have been blown in. It's quite large. It's like that is what this room looks like. And oh yeah, sorry.
We're a little bit back.
I've done this wrong.
Yeah.
There's the entrance. That's the easy way to do it. That is a bookshelf.
Nice save.
Thank you. There is a table which is right here. There is a door which has burst in that way, and somebody underneath it. That's fine. That's all right. Brittany is standing here, and Iris is currently. God damn you, Jacob! Why have you got such a large model? Iris is currently.
It's fine. You needed all 15 feet to like. Iris is 15 foot tall
on the table like that. Brittany's holding a wand, and Horatio, what do you do?
Get fucking keys.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your
Does
action?
Brittany have the keys on it?
You would have to go and search her. You can take me an investigate check as your action.
Well, I'm going to run in and instantly just smash her in the face with both the sea stone wrists.
Wow, that was brave.
Lovely, make
The
me...
plagiarising bitch.
Okay, so wizards are not proficient in this at all.
No, but
please...
I'm really angry.
You are very angry. Make me a... This is a straight strength check. No, nothing.
20.
Well, I mean, it seems only fair. We were brought to this session by an outrageous number of natural ones, which is why the players are in this terrible scenario.
What the fuck are you? I feel kind of intimidated sitting next to you, like all my luck's getting drawn out.
You have got no idea what weeks I've had.
Horatio, the nerdy wizard, finally released from his cage,
Barbarians out.
charges in, and with
Losing the RP, going straight to Scots.
with the meagre sea stone cuffs, smash bodily
Surely that would break them.
into Brittany on a natural 20. On a natural 20, there is a crumbling,
Hot.
and both of your sea stone cuffs. There's a crack down one of them, and the other one has broken straight in two.
Nice.
But you're pretty sure you'd be able to take that on off. I would like you, however, to gain me a level of exhaustion, please,
Okay.
as which means that all your subsequent skill checks will be at disadvantage because that was an extremely difficult thing to do. However, You lump Brittany in the head, and she too is a wizard, and she collapses to the ground, holding her head, going, "Ow, ow, why? Why?" Whoa,
Sorry.
it's all right. That happened. Freya, you're up.
I'm leaping over the table and cutting her head off.
Oh,
Yikes.
hot damn. Okay, make me an athletics to leap
Oh,
over.
Brittany, I didn't
Acrobatics.
want that to happen.
It's a diplomatic
26.
26. This is how you deal with wizards, I guess.
Go first.
You
and
go,
don't let them
you
get
go
your spells
first
off.
in initiative and crit them to the ground, and then 26. 26. You are disgusting. Performing a crazy. You don't even injure Iris. You leap over here. She is prone and on the ground.
Is she the only enemy within 5 feet?
Currently.
Good to know.
You have advantage. She is prone, so you roll all the red dice and roll your purple d20 and roll your purple d20. Yeah, that's great. Because you have advantage.
Oh my god.
Both of them are ones.
That's,
I got crit one on
Oh,
both.
did they want Brittany to
Sorry.
die?
That is remarkable.
no, you rolled a 26 to hit.
You rolled. No, that's the acrobatics
That was
check.
the acrobatics.
So you rolled max damage on those dice, but a pair of ones on the d20s. I am lost for words. Freya,
I think she, no, it's really easy. She was.
I know
expecting
what
that to
I'm doing. Freya, you front flip over the table, and you bring your blade down. Yes, strike now! And it swings down, and
Kills Pog.
it swings down, and she raises her wand and points it at you. And she speaks a word of power, and you see her trace a circle as you leap in with the blade. And the blade almost cuts straight through the wand, but before that happens, she reacts too fast. Can you please make me I believe it is a wisdom saving throw? It might not be wisdom, I'll double check right now.
I got a 1.
Will you fucking stop?
I'm losing my faith in the captain.
It's you! You're drawing it all off from her!
The katana drops to the floor and landing on top of Brittany, who is on the ground, going, "What is happening?" Is a chicken that goes and pecks a little bit.
Welcome.
Give me your character sheet, please. Thank you very much.
I have to applaud that. That was great magic. Even with a bash to the face, Brittany still got it.
It was really impressive.
It was very
That was
impressive.
very impressive.
I can see what she did, but wow.
We are all going to die here.
Neve, you're up. That is really possible at this
I
point.
8,000.
That's 1 in 400. It's not very likely.
But I rolled 3 ones in a row.
That's much less likely. It's 1 in 2,000. Okay. 8,000, right?
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to.
There's a chicken on Brittany.
There is a chicken on Brittany. I'm going.
At times like this, you need to just forget how spells work.
I'm going to.
What? You might know.
Well, no, I don't know how she does things.
Release Iris from the table, and I'm going to say to Horatio, "Find the keys!"
Okay, fine.
Are you releasing Iris from the table? That's your action.
Yeah.
That's fine. She's just buckled down. You
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
and undo the straps. You undo the straps. Iris is incapacitated, but no longer tied to the table.
Great.
Yorg, you're up. This is stupid.
I think, having seen Iris's situation, I think York sees a little bit of red, and is going to.
Brittany has gone.
Oh, she's gone.
That's what I did with my natural one. She took her action there and then.
I'm gonna grapple Brittany.
Sure. It's not hard. You have advantage. She is prone.
I have regular.
You have regular because you are disadvantage on your skills because you're on sea-stone cuffs.
I have an 18.
That's really good. That's good enough. She can't beat you.
My hands are around her neck.
Okay, you are grappling and throttling Brittany. That's fun. So then, Clarissa was under the door. Clarissa pushes the door off herself and says, "What is going on here? She sees Horatio. She sees a bunch of. She's a chicken, and she would like to laugh, but then she sees Jorg, who is throttling Brittany, and she says, "Okay, that's got to stop." And she is going to say, "Can you please just take me some damage?" I think she'll roll to hit. Right, where's she standing? She gets up. She enters.
Is there any kind of struggle around that? She's under a door. She is a nerdy wizard.
That's true. I'll make her roll a check.
Okay, aren't you still standing on her?
Aren't you still standing on the door?
On the door.
In which case, her action is to try and get out from under the door. Please make me an opposed strength check. Just strength.
Jump
straight
on the
strength.
door.
So that is a 20.
20.
No, 19.
Okay, 20 is sufficient. She can do nothing but move out. She pushes the door up, and she's struggling to get out. She's got her torso out, but she has not yet escaped from being under the door that you are currently standing on.
Stamp on her face!
Says Horatio, go.
Find me the keys!
She'll have them! Stamp on her face!
Horatio, go. What are you going to do?
Well, as long as yours got Brittany.
Yeah, go.
Let's search her for the keys.
Who, Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay, go and take an investigate action. It's a search action in combat. That's what it's for. You're really good at investigating.
Really good at investigating things.
Where's investigation?
It's a
7, so 10.
10 is enough. You frisk her and she would complain, but she is currently being strangled. Wow, shock and awe, guys. Wizards, turns out, not so good when you get them in combat and throw doors on them. And she...
DR everything except doors.
You reach down and you manage to find a single slender white piece of stone that you are certain will undo the locks. I'm sorry to do this. Roll me a disadvantage because you got 3 or a 4. That's fine. But if you roll a 2, you would have failed because you are exhausted because that was a huge exerting effort. But you've got the keys. Freya, you're up. Thank you very much. Brittany is you've got your arms around her.
Yeah.
Take me a save. She's going to attempt.
I hope that's not verbal.
Let's see if she can speak. Yeah, you're throttling her. That's just going to really annoy her. What's she going to do? Cry. She's going to attempt to break out of the grapple. It's an opposed athletics check. She's opposing you with dex. Not that it matters.
That's fine. 10?
Oh wow, she wins.
But that is her action.
I'm
good enough with that.
She slips out of your thing and does a quite elegant backwards roll she's not intending to do, and flies off and backs away to the door.
Okay. There's a lot of people in the way. I'm just going to say.
So she is So she rolls out of your grapple. She picks herself up and she
loses half her movement.
Yeah, which is half her movement. And she's going to take some attacks opportunities. What she's going to do.
Really is.
She's going to step like that.
14.
14 hits.
Then, as I understand it, it's 1 point of damage. So take 5 from a right hook.
-2. You're not proficient in unarmed. So 12.
12
still hits.
Okay. Then in that case, 5 points of right hook to the jaw.
She takes 5 points of damage and doesn't particularly enjoy it.
Thick skull though.
She's taken more. You've slugged her. She's under an assault here, but she's going to get to cast some spells soon, and then that will be a different story. Neve, you're up.
I'm...
Oh, sorry, she's continuing her move. You can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like to, as she goes.
I think you would, based on everything I've seen so far.
In fact, she's going to scurry under the table is the way she's doing it, because she can go 1, 2, 3 and come up there, which is what she's going to do. She's missed. That's fine. So you swing at her, but she's clambering under. She's terrified. Neve.
I'm going to run over to Horatio and get him to unlock my bracelets.
Okay, Horatio, you used your reaction on attack of opportunity, so it's going to take you're going to have to do that on your turn as opposed to doing it on Neve's turn. But Neve, you run over and you're like, come on.
So held action?
No, it's fine. It's just you run over. When your bracelets are unlocked, what are you immediately going to do?
Moonbeam!
That's fine. But you've run over to Horatio. Well, you can take the things from Horatio as an interaction and do it yourself.
Cool.
That's fine. So you run over, take the keys,
and at least have time to do myself.
Yours are broken open.
Yours are broken open.
One
you can.
Oh, cool.
And your action is to undo your own, and they fall off. suddenly it's like the world snaps back into focus. It's like when you haven't been wearing your glasses for a while and then you put them back on and you go, oh wow, I can see everything really sharply, even though you'd acclimatized to it before. Your lungs are filling more with breath and it's like weights have dropped from you. You can feel the sea, or the river rather. It's only 20 feet below you. You're at one and attuned with nature again, and wind whistles through your hair, and Neve turns and looks at the wizards with the fury of nature within her. Your go.
With, I think, more of a feral growl more than any actual vocalised words.
Sure.
He's just going for Brittany again.
Do it.
Rolling at disadvantage this time because she's not prone.
She got up after she crawled. Yes, she's not prone.
No, she got up after she crawled. Right,
that's the way to do it.
10 on a grapple. I'm just going for a grapple again.
Go for a grapple. I'm afraid you do not succeed.
That's fine. She twists away from me.
I've got such a good idea.
Okay, that's good. Clarissa is right. Okay, both my mages are up, and both my mages. That was your.
She's not out from under the door yet.
Yes, she is not out from under the door
yet.
Okay, would you like to please make me an opposed strength check? Oh, 19. Yeah, I beat you. Oh, on a 1?
Yeah.
Okay, on a 1, Neve, you are... and then suddenly your footing is turned and you find yourself on the floor with a door on top of you.
Oh.
As Clarissa pushes up and then pushes the door back down and stands up. Right.
Oh, you've got magic at that way as well.
Yeah.
You're getting your toys back. Horatio, you are up.
So that list of toys really could use a bit.
So what spells have you prepared today?
What did I
Does he not have the spells?
I
that
have
he
no
prepared last
spells.
time?
Cantrips, but
That's not how wizards work. Wizards must prepare their spells from their spellbook.
Okay.
Your spellbook has been taken from you, Horatio.
What's this thing on the whiteboard? Is that worth?
I think
yeah, grab a book and like just blast a spell.
Grab the wand.
Brittany does. Yeah, there is a wand, and Brittany has a spellbook on her. So does Clarissa. They both have spellbooks. Yeah. There be spells in them. I mean, these are probably all have spells in them. All of the books in this room.
Oh, great! I'm grabbing a book.
Okay. You grab a random book. It is on the Thaumaturgic Principles, is what it's called.
Perfect.
And you'll have to just flick through and find a spell. Roll me a D100, please.
D100.
Yeah, roll me a D100.
Wow. Okay, hang on.
So
D100.
it's these two.
yeah.
You roll that and that right there. And one of the 10s, one of the units. Go for it to run together. So you got 86.
So I will...
Thank you. Okay. On an 86.
Josh.
Yes.
Casting spell doesn't remove it from your list of prepared spells. You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish.
That is not how wizards work in my
Okay,
game.
no, that's fine. Sorry.
On an 86, you cast Mirror Image. Suddenly, there are 3 Horatios that spring into... Horatio opens a book, starts reading some highbrowter, and chalking out some golden runes in the air. And suddenly, there's 4 of you, all appear to be holding books and going, did it work? Did it work? Did I do it? I think I did it. Hey! They all close the book at the same time.
You're handsome.
Oh, thank you very much. Same to you. So there are 4 Horatios complimenting themselves on how they look. Freya, go. Thank you very much, Freya. It is now Clarissa. No, not Clarissa. It is now Brittany, who is going to say, yeah, I don't think so. This all looks pretty rubbish. So Brittany's going to say, take a step back. You are... no, you are not within range of her, and you are currently prone under a door.
This is Brittany.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Brittany is going to say, yeah, that's fine. Have an attack of opportunity.
Nope. Natural 1.
That's fine. On a natural 1, you swing.
We do really need to start rolling the dice that have more numbers than just 1 and 20.
Please, on a natural 1,
Yeah.
please gain a level of exhaustion as you attempt an attack with these sea stone shackles that are really bad
still got them
for
on.
trying to do combat. And she starts drawing some runes in the sky, in the air, and she casts a spell at you. And I would like everybody who is there, or there, which is all of these players. Freya, that includes you.
And me?
And you, yes, please. Everybody. No, you're under a door. You're actually immune to this, which is crazy. Can you take me a wisdom save, please? Freya, you are no longer a chicken.
Are chickens?
You are no longer a chicken. You
No.
are once again Freya. And you go, and you come to.
What is? Sorry.
You see the Great Sword Shunsui on the floor, and you see a series of glittering golden runes being cast by Brittany, who cast them at you.
Am I disadvantaged for this due to any of my either states of exhaustion or Seastone Shackle?
No, you are not.
Okay.
16.
What is this?
16 is fine.
4.
4 is not.
A 9.
9 is not. And Amy, you haven't seen. Great. You are frightened. Suddenly, a horrifying image appears in front of you. You all feel inside you the image. It's like a mental snapshot. You all feel inside you the mental snapshot. You're watching somebody else walk up on stage to accept an award. And you're just filled with pain and horror. You don't know why you feel this, but you do. Horatio, you're really affected by this. It's like someone else has taken credit for your work. And you see them getting showered with accolades and praise. And
God, it's awful.
It is awful. It's a crippling condition that afflicts you. And anybody that failed their save, which is not Freya, who is no longer a chicken, is frightened. They must take the dash action and move away until they are no longer visible to this person on every turn. They want out of line of sight of this creature. You may attempt another wisdom save to end the effect, but until that point, it sucks to be you. Neve, you're up.
Okay. I guess I have to spend a turn getting out from under the door.
No, you don't have to, no one's on it.
Can I see Brittany's ankles?
You can't see. You can see Clarissa's ankle.
That's what I mean. Clarissa's ankles.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to take the opened sea stone cuffs and snap them onto her ankles.
Oh, thank you.
I can only be so happy about something.
That is extremely cool. She is not going to make it super easy for you, so I will need you to make me a sleight of hand check to do this.
Sleight of hand.
That's right.
What is that?
Dex.
Okay. Let's see. Never mind then. It was a really good idea.
It is a great idea. What do you get?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay. So on a 6, you managed to get one of the cuffs around her ankle. You have not got the other cuff around her ankle. That was your action to do it. They work better as a pair, so she may still have some of her magic stuff, but it is still going to be good. Are you staying under the door?
That was my action, right?
It was, but you can move.
Sure, I'll try and get away.
That's fine. Yeah, you can. But there's no one on the door. You can push the door off of you. That's fine.
Where's that book?
On
stand up.
On her. Amazing.
So yeah, you're gonna roll out from the door and stand up. Please stand yourself up. Yorg, you're up.
Let's get the fuck out of this room.
Yeah.
One, I am going to take an action to shove Clarissa out of my fucking way.
Okay, that's an attack. Please roll at disadvantage. Gotta get these cuffs off.
Yeah, 9.
9 is not enough.
I can't get past her then.
No, you cannot. You shove at Clarissa.
Is the active line slot in this room that I can see?
That you can see. It is not that you can see. No.
I can't take an action to look for anything like that.
You can. It's investigate action. But you took an attack.
Yeah, but I took an attack action. Okay, that's fine. In that case,
so you shove at Clarissa, and in fact, she steps back out of your shove, and there's a clink, and something fastens around her.
In that case, do I have space to get round her and out the door? That was all I was trying to do. That mechanically was all I was trying to do.
You can take me a. I'll allow an acrobatics check.
Both of those are actually pretty okay.
11 is the lowest
11
I
is
got.
fine. Hey, 11 is all right. Yes, you can get past her and out the door. She gets an attack of opportunity, which she's going to take.
At disadvantage?
No, it's got a 50-50 shot of not working. Because she's got a sea stain cuff on. With 2 on, and it just...
Yes.
Oh, and that one, that's just not a success. These dice, yeah, we're using D2s today, guys. There's like a yes and a no. Okay, so and you can see that a spell that she attempts to cast at you fizzles. But she could try and cast a spell as a reaction. Which is
I'm gonna, at that point, I assume take a save versus this.
at the end of your turn, you are no longer in line of sight. I would like you to take me a wisdom save, please. Not at disadvantage yet.
I get 14.
It is not enough. You must continue running, I'm afraid. That was good. Clarissa has had a sea stone shackle put on by you. She's going to take a step out the door. She's provoking a reaction, an attack opportunity if you want to take it.
No, I'm busy getting out from under the
That's
door.
fine.
I'm not going anywhere near her if I can.
That's all right. She is going to run out the door and go down the corridor and to her room. And that's what she does. Mm-hmm. She turns and flees and goes to her room.
Go to your room.
That was her. Horatio, you're up.
Are there still 4 of me?
There are.
Yeah.
Currently.
Are we all paralysed with fear?
Yeah.
You must take the dash action.
Yeah.
All 4 of you, like, scrambling over.
Or trying to squeeze through a
You could
door.
not have done that. You have to take the dash action and try and get through the door. You must. You are running.
Right.
Shouldn't be too hard. You're not being blocked by anybody.
Yeah, you can come round behind me.
I can come around again, alright. Excellent.
And then you
he
take
unfortunately goes further than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. That's the dash action.
That's correct.
Can I run towards her?
No, you must flee. Now you can take a wisdom save to try and end this effect.
Right. 16.
16 is enough.
Look at that.
16, in fact, is exactly what you need.
Hey.
And you
have a pep talk with yourself.
Yeah, with myself, yeah.
And you're like, okay, all right, Horatio, all right. And you turn and you run back down the stairs, and you can in fact see that guards are coming up the stairs.
Oh no.
That was Horatio. Freya, you're yourself again. Your sword is on the floor.
I'm picking up the sword.
Ah, yes.
And I am charging straight at this bitch, and I'm going to cut her head off.
What are the
What,
chances?
Iris?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, please run and charge and try and take her head off. Freya, you close the distance incredibly quickly.
Yes.
You don't have sea stain cuffs on
You
you.
don't have the advantage, so you only roll 1d20, but aside from that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I do have sneak attack.
If you hit.
I probably don't. I have
She is a wizard.
12.
12 is... okay.
What did you roll on the d20?
5.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you swing in with the blade, and she laughs. Darling, you have to try a little bit harder than that, as your blade skitters off a barrier that comes up between you and her. It's a kind of golden aura that appears around her.
You've seen this before.
You have seen
Iris
this
has
before.
used them.
Iris has done this. And let's see. Okay, so Clarissa has run, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's busy. Okay, so Brittany, who has just fended off your attack, reaches around for her wand and says, "Now, I really shouldn't do this more than once per day because something could go wrong, but like, take me a wisdom save."
Come on.
Come on, Freya.
Hiding under the car.
12.
The sword shouldn't lands on the floor once more as there is a chicken, and Brittany goes, "This really is fun." Neve.
Okay. Book. What book? I say through the door. Okay, I'm gonna run at Brittany.
Okay.
And clap the second bracelet onto her arm.
No, you put both of them onto Clarissa.
No, I only put one on.
She stepped into the other one. That's
No. She didn't.
Okay.
She only taken one. Okay. Sleight of hand check. That's fine.
18.
nice.
18's good. Yeah. Okay. You step up and you can climb her bracelet around her arm.
Great.
Who's this on? This is on Brittany.
So,
So there's
both
one
of
on
them
each
has
now.
one now.
Fine. Okay. Brittany reaches for her keys
Oh, yeah.
and then suddenly looks a lot more worried. Jorg.
Do I have to run, or can I go after her now that I'm out of line of sight of this.
You're still terrified, right?
Still frightened.
You need to do a
This is
wisdom
what
save.
So wisdom
yeah.
save at the end of your turn.
Attack rolls while the
oh,
source
it's-
of its fear is within sight, which she isn't.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but you get to make a save at the end of your turn. Just give me 1 second to check the thing. I think that effect has ended, actually. Yes,
does
it
she
has,
say?
because it's concentration.
Oh.
And she's now concentrating on something else.
In that case, Yorg is going to wheel around and charge in after Clarissa into her room.
Okay,
How rude.
you will be the dash action if you want to get into her room.
It's dangerous.
Can't let them be separate by themselves and be wizards. I'm there. I'm next to her, basically.
Okay, your dash action, you run in, you enter her room,
Yeah.
and there's a piercing wail
Yeah.
that goes off. That's fine, it starts echoing throughout the ship. There is a piercing wail, it's like a klaxon. It goes, I
told you they were alarmed.
You did.
Just through it. That is going on now throughout the rest of the fight.
Great.
Says Freya the chicken. Cool. Clarissa sees you coming in, Yorg,
You're over here.
and she. First thing she does is she grabs a set of keys
Yeah.
and takes the shackle off her
Is her action though?
off her ankle. Yeah, that's fine. That's her action. That's okay. She takes the shackle off, and she turns and squares at you, and kind of waits. She's, what do you want? Like, really, what do you want?
You torture a child and ask me what I want, and then I go for it. But that's in my action.
Okay, Horatio, go.
Hooray! Oh god, the
Shackles
soldiers
are off,
coming,
right?
aren't they? Yes, they are
The
off.
soldiers are coming in. You can see this.
Horatio, help!
Get the bloody book! So the soldiers running up the stairs.
There are soldiers running up the stairs towards you.
Oh,
Grease.
balls.
No. Always
Yes,
grease.
I could.
You can't. Unfortunately, you don't.
I could conjure up some oil down the stairs.
Hot diggity.
That's entirely true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a thing you can do. It weighs less than 10 pounds.
Sounds really hot.
You can
10
conjure a
pounds of
3-foot
oil.
patch of oil that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Describe this. You carve some runes.
Yeah, so I cast some quick little runes down there. Instantly, there's a wash of lovely oil slicking down all these very, very, very steep stairs as all these soldiers in their rough boots come pounding up
Okay,
and instantly crash back down.
So the soldiers attempt to climb the stairs.
Are they
That
heavy
is,
It's
armor?
quite hot oil.
it's hot.
If they're in heavy armor.
So as
they'll
they're
do better.
coming, as they're falling onto it,
As
it's
soon
like,
as it does any damage, it disappears. So, but that's all right. Whatever. You create
Well,
some.
the effect itself isn't doing damage.
They're light. Oh, no, if it's hot.
Oh,
They're lightly armoured, but they are attempting to make their way up the stairs. You have slowed their progress significantly. There's a scrabbling of soldiers who are gripping at the sides and trying to steady themselves, and they're moving really slowly. They would have been on you this round, but they're not. Would you like
man,
to
you
stay
haven't done
there?
magic
No,
for
I'm
so
going to
long.
run back.
Yeah, this is.
Shouting, "Don't mess with a wizard, bitch!"
I think it's maybe the first time you have offensively cast a spell.
Yeah.
And you're pretty excited. You can kind of like, you know what? I see why combat mages do this now.
Yeah.
I understand why people become evokers because it's cool.
It's all theoretical magic. Doing real stuff now.
Freya. Thank you.
You got the job.
What happens if Chicken Freya touches the sword?
Don't know. But currently you are a chicken.
Pick it up in your beak.
Natural
20.
No, stars, it's all wrong.
You can take action. You can do stuff as a chicken, but you can do what a chicken can do. Which is
Just
not
slap in her
a great
face.
deal.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm just going to flap around in her face.
I believe what you are doing is taking.
Talons.
I believe what you are doing is taking the help action for Freya.
Oh yeah.
For someone else, yes. Okay, so Brittany's going to go.
She's got a thing on her arm,
She
a
does
chicken
have
in her
A
face,
chicken in her face. That's pretty.
and Neve is going to try and take her book.
Where is Freya's model?
Just there.
Adorable.
She's flapping around. Okay. What's she going to do? She is.
Bloody wizard.
I think. Yeah, that's what she's going to do. Right, she says, and she clicks her fingers, Freya, you're going to come back. Centered on Iris, there is a sudden...
Does the spell work?
Oh, yeah, shit, 50-50. It does, I'm sorry. Centered on Iris, there is a... and an eruption of flame. A boonk is heard, followed momentarily later by a shockwave fills the room and the surrounding area. As you come running back up the stairs, Horatio, can you please make me a Constitution saving? A strength save.
Strength save.
14 would be fine. That's right. You stay on your feet, but a wave of hot air and shockwave comes through you.
And there are no more windows in that room.
There were no windows in this room, but the other door has been blown off. All of the books have caught fire in the room, with the exception of the sphere of fire that erupted came out here. Neve, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Nope. That is a nat 1.
Cool.
Yo, get me her book! I just need a bloody book!
Like the internet and modern politics, we're only doing extremes tonight.
Well, it's exactly average. Can you please take me 28 points of fire damage? And your cloak is on fire.
Jacob, can you make me a death saving throw at the second turn, please?
Jacob, how many hit points does Iris have? That's a really important
Jacob
question.
Iris has a decent number of hit points. So that would not have taken her from
No, I think she's
full
got
to
30.
zero.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, 100% taking death saves and a bit on fire. The table is very much on fire. In fact, Iris, the explosion centered around Iris, and there is a huge blast that happens. And I mean, there's a horrible amount of damage that has just happened. Iris needs immediate medical attention. It is pretty desperate. However, Neve, you were blown forwards. Can you please also make me a strength saving throw? Freya, the chicken is eviscerated by a fireball.
Oh no!
It takes all of its hit points in damage, and the rest spills over to you. The chicken fails its dex save to get out of the way of the fireball. Freya is back. Yeah, can you please take me 24 points of damage?
Oh, I'm down.
And Freya is down and smouldering.
Oh, no, wait,
you're
can I
at full
double
health.
check actually because I did.
You were at full health because you...
You have the hit points, you can take that, that's fine. But that's what you do if you corner a wizard.
Maybe.
York! You're close on the wizard who has taken her manacles off.
Crap.
I don't really have a lot of other option. I'm just going to try and grapple her again. I don't see that I have another option.
That's
Take
fine.
a key!
And what? She's not going to let me just take the cuffs off. That's 14.
14 beats what she gets.
I
You have grabbed her in a bear hug. You're holding her arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is not going to be able to make sigils. She is going to have to attempt to get out of the grapple. Come on, wizard. Come on. Yeah. I got a natural 20 because it's my turn. So you grab at her and she pulls her wrists out of the grapple that you had her in. And this goes on. You are chasing her around the room.
Yeah.
She picks up a book and throws it at you.
This is fine because she's not casting spells.
That's
I'm
fine.
happy with that.
You are chasing her over the room. She knows if she can get a couple of seconds to cast some runes, she's going to fucking end you. And you know this too. So this is the desperate fight of a paladin and a wizard, both of whom are looking to... The wizard, if she can just get 6 seconds, and if the paladin lets her get it, so they are chasing each other desperately. She throws a duvet over you, she hits you with something, but you are coming like a juggernaut towards her, and you are chasing her around the room. Horatio, go.
Right, I'm not going to go in there because that's a great big huge fireball that just erupted, so I'm going to go and help you.
Oh, hot damn! That's incredibly helpful. Yeah. Iris makes a death save. I mean, I guess it just happens. Iris stabilizes and is on 1 hit point.
Oh, that was the opposite of what I thought you'd roll.
Yep.
Well done, Jacob.
If I know this is kind of a bit abstract at the moment, but 6 squares.
We've rolled too many. I'll have to look back. We've rolled a crazy number of 20s and 1s this session. This has been absurd.
Horatio can get to her in his action.
He ran. You can open the door. You can be in the doorway. You can't get to her, but you can be in the doorway. That's fine. Yeah. So you open the door to her room, and you can see. What you see is this
Horatio
frantic.
has his own theme tune now.
You see this frantic and desperate fight between these two Brauter, who are
Usual
sworn
Friday
allegiance to
night.
different powers. The room is being trashed by Jorg, who turns the bed over as he's desperate to try and get to Clarissa, and she is equally desperate to try and escape. She's skittering around to try and come back to the doorway. What do you do?
I'm going to conjure again.
What are you going to conjure?
I'm going to conjure a nice big puddle of tar and stick it to the floor.
Yeah, wow.
Inventive use of this fucking class ability. Hell
Dude,
yes.
This is the best class ability for a reason. It's not dice, it's just like, I just do this. Yeah, okay. So she takes a step backwards and you have stuck her foot to the floor.
Fantastic.
She stops moving and looks very, very worried. Freya, you're back up. You're no longer a chicken. You have taken a whole bunch of damage and it looks like Brittany is gearing up for another fire.
Do I have my knife? Or did I give it to you?
You have so many knives. You
so
gave me
many
a knife.
Alright,
You have your katana
I'm
somewhere.
picking up the katana.
Yeah.
I'm dual wielding it with the knife, and I'm gonna hit her this time.
You have... Okay, that's pretty
To get
cool.
advantage, I think.
You can not move to gain advantage because neither's not flanking, but that's fine. Yeah, you can. So anyway,
This is katana. Katana got 12.
12 hits.
Oh, sick. And I've got sneak attack because I'm right next to her. No enemies within 5 feet. And I do.
That's fine. She should shoot. That's fine.
17 points of damage.
Well,
With the
I
katana.
really should have shielded there. Okay. She takes 17 points of damage, which is
You roll to attack the knife as well.
bad.
That
Knife
hits.
is a hit.
What do you get?
17 on the dice.
So you roll a d4, just a d4.
That's a d4.
A d4 plus your dex.
Only if she has 2 weapons.
Oh yeah, which you don't. What do you get? 4. You do another 4 points of damage to her. If she was concentrating on a spell, she'd have to make saves, but she is not at the moment. So you have done her. She's still up. She's still up. You have slashed at her, and she has backed away. You have pinned her against the wall. The knife goes between her thumb and forefinger, and the katana came ka-chunk as she ducked away. She is feeling the pressure, and you have backed her up, but you haven't yet landed a solid blow. Neve.
Nope. Moved.
I've
Brittany
taken
out
her
of
off to write some damage on. Brittany, yeah! All right, let's do it again.
She's still got the bracelet on.
She does.
She was getting a key out, wasn't she?
But it's go. No,
No, she
her
doesn't
key has
have
been
it.
nicked. So she's going to roll a 50-50 on a second fireball.
You really need her to fail this.
That's not good.
Jacob, please make me a death saving throw at the start of your turn. Please make reflex, dexterity saving throw, both of you.
I haven't had a go between
You're gonna
these two things.
Have you not? That's not possible. How have I missed you?
Oh, it's fine. Maybe I have. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, it's really important because if I've missed you, that's terrible because this turns the tide of combat.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm sure that I haven't.
If you're sure you haven't had a go, then you can have the go before
didn't
she does the
you-
fireball.
You came up to her and did something.
Maybe I did.
If you say you haven't, then I trust you. That's fine. Just go for it. That's all right. Go now.
Maybe it was a reaction from somebody
Whatever.
else's
Go now.
turn.
Go now.
Cool.
She is gearing up to cast a
She's
fireball.
gearing up to cast a
And
fireball.
it's a big one.
Oh no.
This is not an average damage fireball. This is going to do a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got?
So Neve, yeah, is going to plant her feet
Okay.
and raise her eyes to the heavens, and those
What
eyes
you got prepared? Yeah.
are going to silver over, and she is going to send a bolt of moonbeam down on top of Brittany.
Sure.
How big is the blast radius?
You might
No,
wanna
this
scoot
is the thing. Moonbeam is one pillar.
Oh, thank God.
No, Moonbeam's a 10-foot pillar.
You're going to need to. You're going to need to scoot your back.
It's a
bit.
big thing.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine. It's in the wall. It's
So
in the
you-
wall.
Uh,
It's avoiding us.
Sweet, that's fine. The moonbeam comes down in the wall. Can I have reflex saves from everybody who is in this room, please? Because currently it's a mad melee, and there's a moonbeam that just comes side down.
Nope.
No.
21.
21 is fine.
Oh, no, 12. Sorry.
Yeah.
12 is not enough.
How about her?
Oh yeah, she'll take a reflex
sorry,
save.
what-
At disadvantage because she's stuck.
She really fails.
Okay.
Was it reflex?
What do you get?
Yeah, it's plus your dex. You won't have
You're
plus.
worst.
13.
Okay, so no, you're okay because you're not in that room. So the moonbeam comes down. Roll me 2d10 points of damage, which I looked this up. She takes immediately, and then again at the start of her turn. That's fine. That's how it works. 12. That's 12 damage that she didn't want to take. Is she still? Okay. And who failed the dexterity saves? Can you take 12 points of damage, please?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. It's really important. The moonbeam comes as she tries to complete her spell. Roll me another 2d10, and you need to knock her out.
So that is 9, 14.
Okay. Brittany falters under the silver light of the moonbeam that presses down on her, and she tries to cast a fireball, and you see it forming. You hear the and then the spell dies as her eyes roll back in her head as the moonbeam blasts her to the ground, and she is smacked into unconsciousness. As your moonbeam still up if you want it. It lasts a minute. You may as well keep it up. It's a level 2 spell. It's there. It's currently going on her. If you don't move it, it's going to kill her.
Oh no, I don't want.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
For yourself.
Can everybody in the other room take me another dexterity save, please? Oh no! At the start of your turn. So Jorg, now at the start of your turn, please make me a dex save.
Nope.
No. Can you take me 2d10 points of damage? The 11. You can take me that 11 points of damage.
Yep.
As the moonbeam is currently circling through the room.
That's bad.
That's fine. Okay, what's your action? What do you do?
Same as I've been trying to do for the last bit, is try and grapple Clarissa before she gets a spell off.
Okay. Not good?
How many are we going to fucking roll?
So if you're rolling at disadvantage, you're like that one's you expect a bit more.
For sure, but anyway,
okay.
natural one. Okay.
So on a natural one, you try and grapple her, and
could I? Was I at advantage for the fact she was in the tar at least? I've forgotten about that.
I will allow you to lose the natural one and take merely the 3.
Which is 9.
9, still a page she fails. Yeah, sorry, you fail.
Okay.
But you try and grab at her and she backs away, but she can't move one of her feet because it's locked in tar. But that was...
But I hasten to add, next to her.
You are next to her, that's fine. But you have had to shuffle yourself a bit to be careful and try and stay out of the moonbeam.
Yeah, try and stay out of the moonbeam.
That's fine. It is her turn. She gets to try and get out of the way of the moonbeam, which she... 14, what's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC.
Is it 14 or 14?
I know that.
It's 14 or 15.
What's my spell save DC?
If it's 15,
How do I
she
find
fails.
it?
What's your wisdom?
What's your
My
wisdom? Plus 3,
wisdom.
14. Okay, so... 13. Okay, so she passes her save. So
Which
she
means
takes
she only
half
takes-
damage, so she only takes 6, which is okay. She's doing just fine. She's alright, and she also has fireball. But probably not in her room, because that's not very nice. So she is going to... God, what's she going to do? She's going to go blow this for a game of soldiers. Yep, she looks at this nonsense going on over here, and she grabs something next to her, and she starts casting a spell.
Yeah.
And she takes a step viciously and disappears.
Shiny. Where did she go?
She had the spell she cast. You recognise this spell?
I recognise.
Who's got keys?
What is it?
It's Misty Step.
I've got keys.
Somewhere
Right.
within 60 feet.
I'm going to move into this room.
You've got to go around this way, but that's fine. Yeah, you can run around.
Seeing the crispy toasted form of Iris.
Take a second save. I know she's...
Do the cuffs. I need to get Iris. And then I'm going to put spell die into Iris.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, Iris is now stable. I think, Iris is stable. She's not dying. You have managed to save her life, but she is deeply unconscious.
I am going to put... Just fucking... I need to be upright. And I can't put... I'm gonna
How many hit points are you on before you did?
13.
13, thank you. As you are leaning... What is your armor class as well, please? Because you are in the doorway leaning over Iris.
My armor class is 10.
Okay, so as you go to heal yourself... Hold on, please. One moment. As you go to heal yourself, a flurry of crossbow bolts fly into you. Can you take me 18 points of damage? Sorry.
York stabilizes Iris and then falls over.
He goes, Iris goes, and York goes, and collapses down. and you hear the clomp, 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 and the guards have made their way up because when you cast the tar, the grease disappeared, and they've come charging. There's a bunch of guards, and standing in them is Clarissa, and she says, I don't know who these guys are, but we're going to kill them. We're going to kill every single last one of them. Extreme prejudice, guards. And I think you turn and look and see these guards coming towards you, and that is where we're going to leave this session.
Oh no!
Hey, that went fine, guys. That went just fine. 2 high-level wizards who...
Considering there were whole bunches of problems that could have
All
been
right.
there.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. We certainly have. It's been a blast. And if you have, you can check us out every week on twitch.tv/sellpengm. You can look at all of our past shows on YouTube, the link below. You can come and join us in the Discord, join us on chat every week, and we will see you later. Until then, keep rolling them dice.
Rinse and out.
We are